Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And we are going to talk about all of the new developments in this whole Meg the Stallion versus Tory Lanez trial and what exactly is going on. I'm going to tell you guys my opinion on the whole thing, and we're going to get down into the nitty gritty of it all. Okay, nitty and gritty of it all, because where I thought that this was going to be a case where I got all the answers at trial, I'm even more confused than before. Now, I'm going to give people time to come on in. So I'm going to play a countdown and then we're going to get on into it. After I am done with live, I'm going to erase the countdown part out of the video and you will have a more seamless stream. But in the meantime, let's let some night owls get on in here because we got to talk about this. We are out here in Beverly Hills with Raz B. I haven't seen you on the scene in a minute, so let the people know what you've been up to. Hey, what's up? I got Amara La Negra here with me tonight at the A Toast to Young Hollywood event. Hey guys, so I have the beautiful Layla Ali with me tonight. So I just want to first start off by saying your Instagram is an inspiration to go on a path to eat healthy, and you know it is your 50th birthday. You don't look a day over 25.
You know what?
Let us know how you do it.
First, everybody always say that. I think that's so cliche, and people know you don't look 25. Now, if you would have said maybe 40.
Hey, what's up? You're watching Neek at Night, and we have Keith Powers with us tonight.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
You know, a lot of girls was like putting you as their, man crush, and you was their, aspiration to take you off the market. And when you came out with Bay, you crushed a lot of people. Like, Hey guys, so I have Daniel Cormier with me tonight, and it's crazy because my first UFC fight happened to be your fight.
I'm glad you were able to watch the first fight and it was mine and I won, because that could be some bad memories.
Right, I mean, okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I first seen it and I seen him
I
come,
was gonna get my ass kicked.
yeah,
Look at you.
I'm not gonna tell a lie, okay? I'm gonna keep it honest. Definitely experience, you guys. That's Amarion, and we're at his word for word screening. It was super dope. Make sure you check it out. It drops tomorrow, and you don't want to miss it.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you.
It's your partner, Big Boy. What's happening in the voice of Los Angeles? Hello. You know what I do at night? I watch Neek at Night. Show you right. You thought I was going to say something crazy. Thought I was going to say something disgusting and nasty. Yeah. But guess what? When I watch Neek at Night, I may be doing something disgusting and nasty. Look at her. Hello.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. If this is your first time here, over here we are the Night Owls. If you have not hit that subscribe button, I want you to go ahead and do that right now and turn on your notification bell so you're notified when I post another video. But just know, keep in mind that over here, this is an acquired taste. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for everybody. This is a channel where I talk about celebrity news and gossip and give my opinion on trending stories. I'm a woman who has a website as well. I sell lingerie, adult toys, sexy pajamas, and I even got stuff for going out to the club, nighttime wear, all of those goodies for you as well. You can find this along with a whole bunch of other new goodies. You can find this at www.neekatnight.com. I'm just going to do a live video and we're going to get this done, and it's going to be bada bing, bada boom. Hey, welcome in. It's always nice to just, give a quick little refresher that we've been out here in these streets, child. Okay, because, when you don't remind people after a while, I think they seem to forget, when you've been outside already. You ain't new to this, you true to this, period. But it's cute to see the bloggers who are finally being outside and out and about and being, in these streets. Welcome to the party, okay? But I've been out here and I've been outside. Okay. Sometimes you just got to, add a little razzle dazzle and a reminder. But anyways, we're going to get on into this gig. We're going to get on into this video and we're going to talk about this because there has been a lot going on in court. There has been so many twists and turns and plot twists and, all kind of different things that make you think one way. And one minute you're like, hey, Kelsey did it. Then the next minute you're like, Tory did it. Then the next minute you're like, well, hell, Miley Cyrus damn did it. It's all over the place with this case. And I want to get you guys' opinion on it while going over the newest developments. Now, day one of the case, I believe it started out with them basically doing their opening statements and basically explaining why they're here, why they feel like Tory is a guilty party in this, et cetera, et cetera. I believe by the time they got to day 3 of laying out the case, that is when Meg Thee Stallion came to testify. So when Meg Thee Stallion came to testify, she gave accounts of what she believed happened. She named Tory as the person who shot her. And she said she was kind of emotional. She didn't really want to like have to relive it. She didn't want to be up there. And there was still a lot of missing pieces at that point. When Meg Thee Stallion did her testimony, same as Kelsey, she had a lot of I don't knows, I don't remembers. Just as same when Kelsey did it, they both had parts where it was like, girl, what's going on? Okay. So when she got done with her testimony, she named Tory, which I expected her name Tory, but I still kind of was a little bit confused as far as the actual facts of the case. You know, I'm like, listen, when it comes to Kelsey, that's who I'm waiting on. You know, I'm like, all throughout these 2 years, Meg been putting out BS. Tory's been putting out BS. And, you know, they like, I'm going to give you this piece, but I'm going to leave this chunk out. Then I'm going to insert this piece and then I'm going to leave this chunk out. And it's just like, either tell it or don't. Because my critical thinking skills can't comprehend, you know, or can't make sense of bits and pieces of parts that you want to tell and parts that you don't want to tell. No, that's not how my brain works. It shuts down when all that stuff starts to happen. Okay. So I'm like, listen, the only person at this point, this is before Kelsey testified. I'm like, the only person at this point who seemed to be solid was Kelsey. Now, when she went live, when she told her accounts, it didn't really seem like it was fabricated. It seemed like she was more on track to, you know, tell the truth. Then she got on the stand and she didn't remember, she didn't recall, she didn't know whether or not Tory paid for her lawyer. She didn't know whether the sky was blue, yellow, red, or green. And at that point, I was just like, throw the whole court away. Throw the whole damn court away. Okay. But because she said that she didn't remember, and because she did a bait and switch on the prosecution, it opened up the door for them to be able to share her interrogation or her conversation that she had with the prosecution. So she went to talk to the prosecution this year in September 2022. In September 2022, a couple months ago, she sat down and she gave them a detailed account of what happened. She said, you know, what happened from the time she got there, what happened from the time she left, what happened after she left. She talked about her meeting up with Tory, how Meg just ghosted her. She gave an accurate and thorough timeline. But the day before that, she alleged that the statements that she gave in September were a lie. She says that she was pressured under the prosecution. She was trying to protect herself and that she gave flat out lies on the September audio. She, you know, but then we get to the audio of the September account and it sounds like the most sensible explanation of the situation. Meg Thee Stallion's accounts don't make sense. Tory's accounts of the situation don't make sense. And the most sounding accurately close to the situation sounds like it sounds more accurately closer to what she said in the September 2022 recording. Okay? That is my opinion. You can have yours. When Meg Thee Stallion went live, she put out this picture that she didn't do anything. All of this is unwarranted. I'm just sitting in the car. I'm minding my business. I get out the car and then he just shoots me. To me, in my common sense, that don't sound right. Tory Lane's accounts of it is, hey, I'm a black man. I wouldn't just do this. Why would I just do this? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Meg's somehow hurt. So something did happen, but it was just a question as to what. Okay. And so since there has been more details coming out, there are a lot of people who feel like Meg Thee Stallion is owed an apology. On the other hand, I don't feel like she is owed an apology. I feel like Meg Thee Stallion, although she is hurt, and I feel very bad that she was hurt in this situation, I feel like there wasn't really, I still haven't really heard an explanation as to like that would explain, you know what I'm saying? Like it even though the conversation was heated, it still didn't warrant gunshots. Okay. However, even if I feel like it did not warrant gunshots, I do feel like she created this messy ass situation and she has some accountability in it. Just because a person gets hurt, which is terrible, does not mean that they don't have accountability in it. Okay? So I'm not going to apologize for someone who left out parts, who gave a very confusing account and only shared the parts that made other people look bad. If I'm going to tell a story, I'm not going to just tell the side of the story that makes me feel like I'm the victim. I'm going to be like, listen, this what happened. I told that nigga, fuck you. You a whack ass rapper. You a bitch ass nigga. You ain't shit. I got out the car and a nigga shot me. I'm not going to say, hey, I was sitting in the car. When I know, I cursed that motherfucker the fuck out. I told him you was a bitch ass, short ass, 4 foot tall, midget ass, ain't shit motherfucker, and you didn't even accomplish nothing till you got on Jack Harlow's song, bitch, you ain't shit. I would be like, I cursed his little ass out. And upon me cursing him out, I bruised his ego so bad that he shot me. Now, her words would not be justification for her to get shot. It doesn't justify him shooting her. It doesn't say that that's okay for him to do that, but it gives us context as to how it happened. You just telling me that I'm sitting in a car, I get out the car, and I didn't do absolutely nothing. I'm sitting there, I'm minding my business, nothing happened. I walk out the car, I'm walking away. I don't do nothing. I don't say nothing. I'm just sitting like this. Hey, can I get out the car? I say, can I get out the car? And then somebody just shoot me. For me, I'm like, why? That don't sound right. That don't sound right. So nothing happened. No argument. You didn't curse him out. Y'all didn't, like, nothing happened. That don't sound, you know what I'm saying? That don't sound right. So I'm not going to apologize for some shit not sounding right and my common sense saying this don't sound right. You know what I'm saying? That's not how I roll. But we got closer to what sounds like the truth when Kelsey decided to testify to the prosecutors in 2022. Now, at this point, being that she said one thing on a stand, they talked about bribery. They talked about gunshot residue being on her and Tory. They talked about female DNA also being found on the gun, along with 2 male DNAs. However, the male DNA came inconclusive. I don't know where that sits with the jury. Yeah, we in court, Melanin. Melanin Millions, we in court, child. It's given. We are all in court. Okay. Okay. Let's read this. You sound crazy. That lady was shot. If she cursed him out or not, he shot her. You sound crazy. He owes her an apology. Did I say that Tori doesn't owe her apology? Or did I say that because I never got a full story and I still don't have a full story, do not owe her an apology? And did I say that him shooting her was justified? Or did I say that actions cause reactions? I could be a person who I'm in my car, right? I'm driving a street. There's another person driving beside me. If I decide to merge fast in the other lane, cut the driver off, almost cause them to have an accident, and I keep driving, and then that driver comes and shoots me simply cutting them off is not justification for them to shoot me. However, actions cause reactions, okay? So it doesn't mean that it's justified. It's saying that there is some type of culpability in some of the actions that we have, okay? This situation is a very, very, very messy situation. And whether you like Meg or not, and whether you feel like she deserves justice or not, which she does, if you get shot and you didn't shoot somebody and they just out here shooting you, you deserve to get justice. However, that does not mean that you don't have accountability in the situation. There was just a story of a 17-year-old girl, right? She went and she took another college student who was, I think he was like 19 or I don't know how old he was. But it was a 17-year-old girl. She took another college student to their rival school to set him up. One of them ended up getting shot and killed. The 17-year-old girl who set him up to get beat up, so she thought, didn't shoot anybody. She didn't fight nobody. But her actions she's accountable in that. Meg, although she should not have been shot, although it's very sad and tragic that she got shot, she is accountable for this messy ass situation that she created. So let's start from the top. From what is being reported is such. They all get invited to Kylie Jenner's party, okay? Or gathering, because Kelsey was very specific that it wasn't a party and it was a gathering. You could disagree. You are totally fine in disagreeing. It sounds like you probably could lack accountability and you think that you can do stuff that doesn't have actions or reactions to it. I mean, that's you. Like, just like for instance, before I go into there, right? We could even use the Gunna situation, right? I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm not going to hang out with people who do crimes. I'm not going to be in a position to snitch or not snitch on somebody because I'm not in dealings with people who do crimes. Okay? So if I go to jail, I'm hanging out with Billy Bob. He just running drugs. He just doing all these things. I'm hanging out with him while he go pick up drugs and he go pick up merchandise and I get swept up in it. It's like your actions and your involvement in things have repercussions. I can't sit there and be like, oh, well, no, like your involvement in things matter. The lack of accountability that y'all have is not surprising, but we're going to take it to the top. So, let's go to the top. Megan, Kelsey go to a party with her stylist EJ at Kylie's, which is actually defined as a gathering. There, they say it was Odell Beckham, Corey Gamble, Kylie Jenner's best friends, and a couple of other people. It was a total of like 9 people that was there. Okay. While they were there, Kelsey took a nap. She went upstairs, she took a nap. While she was taking a nap, Tori arrives to the party. Tori was invited to the party by Meg. Meg had started a sexual relationship with Tori behind Kelsey's back. Okay? Meg, Kelsey, and Tori all met at the Rock Nation brunch earlier in that year. Meg encouraged Kelsey to date Tori, hook up with Tori, to which they started a sexual relationship. They started getting it on. Kelsey got COVID. She went home for a little bit. While Kelsey was at home, and she was getting ready to return, Meg the Stallion, while sleeping behind her back with Tori, tells Kelsey to sell all of her items. Sell all your stuff in your house, put your house up for rent or whatever, and move to California. Okay? She told her, move to California, sell all your belongings. You're going to move in with me. All while behind her back, fucking Tori. Okay? Kelsey sells all of her things. She sells all of her items. She takes the things that is for her to take to California and goes to embark on this journey to live with Meg. Okay? They start to live together. Okay? While she is outwardly having a relationship with Tori, and she is secretly fucking Tori. Okay? They go to a party. At the party, Kelsey takes a nap. While Kelsey takes a nap, Meg invites Tori. While at the party, Kelsey then wakes up from her nap. Once Kelsey gets up from her nap, she notices that Tori's there. Okay? Did you invite Tori? She didn't invite him. Meg invited him. Okay? So while he was there, he is flirting with Kylie. Okay? He's flirting with Kylie. He's all in her face. He's happy to be, he like, listen, I done got Kelsey. I done got Meg. I'm about to get to Kylie now. Disrespectful as hell. Extremely disrespectful. But that's what he decided to do. And that's what he did. He said, listen, I'm about to flirt with Kylie. I don't care if I do it in either one of these women's faces. And it shows the amount of respect that he had for both of them. The respect that he had for them was zero. Okay? At that point. So he's flirting with Kylie. EJ, which is Meg the Stallion stylist, tells them, listen, it's time to go. It's time to go. Meg, let's go. Kelsey is like, okay, it's time to go. Meg doesn't want to go. She doesn't want to leave. She wants to stay at the party and see what's going on. They finally convinced her to leave. They were supposed to leave with EJ. Meg don't want to leave with EJ. They want to ride with Tori. Okay? So somehow, instead of riding with the stylist, they get in a car with Tory Lanez. Meg the Stallion, Kelsey, Tori, the driver, they drive off. Meg then, or no. Tori stayed. My bad. The driver took Meg and Kelsey. So it was Meg, Kelsey, and the driver, and they drove off. Tori was still there. He wasn't ready to go. Meg, knowing that Tori is still there with Kylie, she decides to say, hey, I left my slipper. Okay? I left my slipper. I got to go back. She goes back in. Kelsey stays in the car. She gets into it with Tori in Kylie's house. When she gets into it with Tori in Kylie's house, Kylie puts them out. She said, y'all got to get the out of my house. Okay? She put them out. Okay? And if y'all don't believe me, let me go to ET for the report. It says that she went back, got into it with Tori in the house, came out, and when she came out, they got into the car. Where's that part? Hold on, let me go to that part. And I'm just like, that's interesting. So they get in the car. Megan was in the front seat. The driver was driving. Kelsey and Tori was in the back seat. They have some mumbled words exchanged or whatever, to where Tory Lanez decides to drop the bombshell because Kelsey was taken up for Meg. I think that, they had clearly had some tension. Meg and Tory had tension in the car. They're like exchanging little words. Kelsey takes up for her friend and says, hey, like, don't talk to her like that. You know what I'm saying? That's like, that's my best friend. Don't talk to her like that. So then Tori decides to drop the bombshell and say, do you even know, like you taking up for her? Like, do you even know, like, what she been up to? And drops the bombshell that behind her back, he been sleeping with Meg. So then once he drops that bombshell, they all start getting into it. They all start getting into it, arguing and all of that. They start arguing, going back and forth, this, that, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And it was a whole bunch of FUs and Bs and this and that exchanged. It was a, you ain't, you know what I'm saying? You ain't a popping rapper. You a whack this and that. You backdoored me, this and that. And it just was a whole lot of, back and forth, to where and this is all according to Chelsea, the person who said none of us was there. Clearly we were not there. But this is according to the most sounding accurately displayed portion of this event. So she then says that Tori said, put these bees out my car. Like, child, I don't give a F about it. Put them both out, So some happened. We fast forward to Meg finally, him putting them out the car. Meg get out the car or whatever. And when she get out the car, he stands up over the thing. Kelsey is getting out, coming around, and 5 shots go off at the ground. Okay. So to me, it sounds like, I don't know, like, like he was aiming at the ground, so I think that's why there wasn't, because a lot of people came back and they were like, if he shot her, why wouldn't he have an attempted murder charge? And this is my opinion. I'm not a person who is any type of law expert or anything. Somebody said, you talking like you was there. No, I'm talking like I'm giving you the accounts that Kelsey said, which I started off by saying. I said, according to Chelsea, this is what she said, and I'm telling you and describing what was said in her audio. Comprehension lacking? I mean, I expect it. Anyways, moving forward. So I'm no law expert, but in my opinion, why I think there wasn't a attempted murder charge is because there was 5 shots at the ground. So I don't think it was intentional, like I'm trying to shoot you to kill you, but it was a more so like I'm about to, like, fuck with you type of thing. And it ended up with ricocheting bullets hitting her. That's why I think that the charge is aggravated assault and not attempted murder. Okay. So that happens according to Kelsey, as I've been stating. She then says she tries to like run up or something on Tori or try to get like something happen or get in a car or whatever happened, and said that Tory Lanez, after shooting, then went and yoked her up, snatched her up, had his hand around her neck, grabbed her and pulled out her hair and all of that. Okay. And pulled out her hair and all of that. Okay. And so, somebody said, good thing you aren't on the jury. Good thing there's a lot of people like me who are on the jury. How about that? You might not like that I'm not on a jury, but there are other people just like me on a jury, okay? Anyways, moving on. So in court, they showed all of the pictures. They showed the pictures of Kelsey's hair missing, her bald spots. They shared photos of text messages where Kelsey sent text messages to somebody or whatever. And she stated how she didn't know whether she wanted to go to urgent care or not. There was messages that showed all kinds of different things that corroborated with what was said. Okay. Somebody said, okay, I'm gonna ignore it. I like clapping back here and there. I'm gonna ignore them. So anyways, you better be, you don't need to be worried about me being on a jury. You better be worried about why Tory Lanez is arriving to court and jurors are riding in the elevator with him up to the court, per my source that was there and observed it all. Anyways, worry about that. So anyways, so as it goes, a lot of people have been, and even me, I'm like, before all of the details came out and we hear her I don't knows and then we hear her testimony, I'm like, how would she get gunshot residue on her if she didn't have possession of the gun or some type of capacity? But then when it was revealed that after the shooting went off, there was allegations that he then put the pause on Kelsey, then that would make sense why GSR was also on Kelsey as well. But again, I'm no expert. I really don't know. After the situation happened, they ended up getting pulled over. Somebody said you should be at the courthouse too. I just might, child. It's only an hour away from me, child. I just might. So after the situation happened, the very next thing that happened, they ended up getting arrested. Okay. They ended up getting arrested and going to jail. They ended up getting released in the morning. And when they got released in the morning, Kelsey tried to contact Meg. Megan's team totally ghosted her. Okay. She tried to go to the hospital. She tried to support her friend and all of that. And Meg's team basically told her, like, listen, you need to go back to Houston. You know, even though Meg had told her, sell your stuff, come out here, you know, all of this stuff like that. They was like, listen, you need to go back home or whatever and leave. Okay. So they sent her packing. She don't hear from Meg. Meg don't contact her or anything. This stuff hits the internet and Meg the Stallion is allowing her friends to allude that Kelsey was paid off, allude that, you know, she like all of these different things or whatever, instead of being a grown woman and having a conversation with her. Yes, Meg the Stallion was shot. Do I believe that Kelsey shot her? I really don't know. On some days I believe maybe she could have. On other days I don't. But Meg the Stallion, out of her own mouth, I'm going to have to go by what Meg said at this point. And out of Meg the Stallion's own mouth, Meg said she didn't shoot her. So if we're going off of, we can't pick and choose what parts of Meg's statement that we want to believe if we are pro Meg, because that's what you pro Meg people seem to do. Y'all seem to pick and choose what parts of what Meg said that y'all want to believe. Y'all want to believe Meg. Oh, we got to believe everything Meg say when she say she shot and we say this and that. But if she says Kelsey didn't shoot her, then y'all have selective hearing on what y'all want to believe. According to Meg, Meg said Kelsey didn't shoot her. Kelsey Kelsey say she looked back. I mean, Meg say she looked back and it was Tory shooting her. So if you're pro Meg, which one is it? So if we're going off of what she said, that's what she said after a series of events that happened. Okay, and thank you for the donation. You said that man gave Kelsey instant traction alopecia and she bonded him out. Where's Cynthia G at? Child, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Somebody said GSR on Kelsey says otherwise. Honestly, if you really know anything about GSR, then it doesn't say otherwise. If I shoot a gun and you're standing next to me, shoot a gun, GSR can be on you. If I shoot a gun and then I touch you, GSR can be on you. So no, that does not say otherwise. It says that we just need more in-depth testing to accurately deduce who is really responsible. Okay? That's all that means. But they don't necessarily mean that she absolutely 100% shot. Okay? And again, 1 minute I think she probably shot, but then the next minute I'm like, Tory is not really sounding good. Okay? It sounds like your ego got bruised and it went left. That's what it's sounding like now that I've gotten more information. When I don't have enough information, it sounds like a bunch of everybody lying. But the more information I get, the more I can now use my critical thinking skills to now put things together. Okay? So after that, Meg ghosts Kelsey. Okay? She goes online and she says she first says that she stepped on glass. Then she goes and makes a statement. Her first statement was somebody harmed her or somebody did something to her with the intention to cause harm. Then she went online to say that someone shot her. It took Meg a little over a month, to finally name Tory as the shooter. Okay. So there was a lot of people who was saying, Meg always said Tory was the shooter. No, she didn't. A large amount of why Kelsey said that she felt some way is because she felt like Meg the Stallion left her high and dry. She felt like Meg the Stallion did not protect her in this situation. And she felt like, listen, although you betrayed me, you went behind my back with a man that you hooked me up with. You went behind my back with a man that you hooked me up with. You betrayed me. And even yet and still, I was still trying to be there for you. You ghosted me and you let your record label come between us. You protected your interest and your interest alone while I got slaughtered in the press and by everyone else. Okay? She says, that is why I felt some type of way. Okay? That is why I felt some type of way. She just ghosted me. She told me that I was supposed to live here. I done gave up everything and everything like that. And then she don't say nothing to me, nothing. On the internet, everybody's like, she did say Tory shot her. No, she did not say Tory shot her until a long time, about a little over a month. And I have the timeline on my videos. So I have been covering this since the beginning, and I can show you with receipts from my videos from the timeline. So here is videos that I covered on this situation, and it has the dates. So the first thing was she first finally admitted that, or it first was revealed that she got shot in the foot. That was July 15th. Then on July 27th, she went live to talk about the shooting. Now, on July 27th, when she went live to talk about the shooting, she still did not name Tory as the shooter. She still did not say who shot her. And while she was live, she even took shots at Kelsey and tried to make it seem as though Kelsey switched sides on her and tried to make herself appear like the good friend and Kelsey was the bad friend. Then on August 20th, 2020, Meg finally named Tory Lanez as the shooter. So that is when she finally came forward and said, you know what? Tory, you shot me. That's when we got the Tory, you shot me thing. But all in between that, Kelsey had been bullied by Megan's fans. Kelsey had been bullied by Megan's friends. Kelsey had been slaughtered on the internet. Meg got with her team. She got with her high-powered company of Rock Nation. They came up with media plans about how they were going to reveal information and how they were going to do things. And Kelsey was off to herself. A lot of people keep saying, oh, Kelsey is jacked up because she's not protecting Meg. She's not coming forward with Meg. What's lies, sweetie? What's lies? Lies what? What part? Because I'm just now coming back to the comments. What's lies? Because I got the receipts of all of it. I can go to but what's lies? What's lies? I'm trying to wait for that person who said lies. Lies about what? Anyways, so to refresh your memory, because there was a lot of people, like I said, who came forward and they was like, Meg did say this or she did say that. No, that's not how she came forward. That's not how things happen. None of that. So I'm gonna go to the videos and I'm gonna show y'all. Let me go to the video because I'll keep my receipts shared. And let me show y'all what the hell and how she came forward in this situation.
I wasn't taking enough time for myself. I thought I was ready to be around a bunch of motherfuckers. I thought I was ready to be, I thought I was ready to give good energy to other people and other people wasn't ready to give good energy to me.
Sleeping with your friends, man, is not giving good energy to other people. That's creating a very messy situation.
But I definitely had to sit my ass down and pray on it. And I do feel a lot better. And thank God for the people I have around me that are actually here for me and are actually my friends. Don't want shit from me, would never turn on me for no amount of money, no amount of clout. About me to save face. That wouldn't go against the grain. Just thank God for them. And thank God for all the hotties and the supporters.
Okay. And this is Meg directly throwing shots at Kelsey, saying that Kelsey was going against her. Mind you, at this point, I've been following this since it happened. Kelsey had not said anything publicly against Meg. Kelsey had not made no statements. She had not went live yet. She had not made no videos or anything. She had not said anything other than I did not shoot Meg. And she had like commented a couple of times telling people like who was coming for her saying that she shot Meg. She had not even revealed that Meg had went behind her back. Nothing at that point.
That I see have had my back through these times. I've seen so many grown-ass motherfucking men chime in on some shit that wasn't their motherfucking business in the first motherfucking place. Like, do y'all niggas just wake up, get on the internet and be like, oh, I'm gonna say this today because this is gonna get me some likes. This is gonna be funny. Like, what if your motherfucking sister got shot? Or what if your motherfucking girlfriend got shot? What if your motherfucking best friend got shot? Would you be cracking jokes then? Then you want the whole world to stop and feel sorry for you. I don't expect none of you motherfuckers to feel sorry for me, but it's just a respect thing. Like, shut the fuck up when shit don't have nothing to do with you. Stop fucking talking when some shit don't need to be talked about. And you out of your mind ass bitches. Are y'all? Ugh. It's not even are y'all fucking dumb. It's yes, we know you're fucking dumb. It's just how many times are you gonna show me you fucking dumb? A lot of y'all silly motherfuckers just don't be having no morals or don't be having no code to stand on. But, you know, that's on y'all. And somebody gonna take care of your ass. Karma gonna take care of your ass. I ain't gotta do it. But anyway, I just want y'all to know a bitch is alive and well and strong as fuck. And, you know, I'm ready to get back to regular programming with my own hot girl shit. But I've definitely learned that I don't have to be so nice to every motherfucking body. This ain't gonna stop me from being nice, and this ain't gonna stop me from being Megan the motherfucking Stallion, driving the boat, doing what the fuck I want to do, having this good ass energy. Ain't nobody gonna stop my energy from being good. But what
Okay, and that's a very disingenuous live. Meg the Stallion did a very disingenuous live. This situation did not happen because you were nice to people. This situation didn't happen because you were such a good person. This situation did not happen because you were overly extending yourself and being such a good friend. This situation happened because you did quite the opposite. You were not a good friend. You did some grimy things to your friend, and that resulted in a very messy situation. That resulted in emotions being triggered and egos being broken and a very, very messy situation. This didn't happen because I'm a good person. I do good things to people and people just keep stabbing me in the back. Nobody stabbed you in the back. You are a victim of getting shot at. You are a victim of getting shot at. You are not a victim of this situation outside of that. Okay? And that's the part where I feel like Kelsey probably looked at that and was like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Like, you really came out here and tried to make me be the bad friend? Like, you was just such a good person. Mind you, Kelsey was doing her homework, traveling with her as her assistant. You know what I'm saying? Gave up her life, which she didn't have to. That's the choice that Kelsey chose. Kelsey chose to give up her life to follow around Meg and be her assistant and be loyal to her and things like that. And in return, Meg felt like, shit, whatever you have, I have. You know, I'm the celebrity. I'm popping on that, you know? But that's the only thing that you are only a victim of getting shot at. You are not a victim of anything else in this situation. You are a very horrible friend. A very horrible friend. Not the other way around. And I don't care if y'all Meg fans or not. If this was anybody else who y'all didn't like they rapping, because y'all be fascinated. What I found out on the internet is a lot of people don't base their morals off of right and wrong. they base their moral compass off of who they like more or less. If I like you more, then if you do something morally wrong, then like there's a gray area and it starts to, you know, what's right and wrong starts to be on a sliding scale. But if they don't like you and you do something that's not right, it's automatically, you know what I'm saying? My moral compass don't work like that. I don't care how many records you sold. If you did something grimy, then you did something grimy. I'm not swayed off of what I think is right, off of how many times you could do a good twerk, how many times you could write a good rap, how many times you could do a good performance. No, my moral compass is based on the things that you do, whether you got $1 million in the bank or $1 in the bank. It's not swayed off of how many accomplishments that you've had. If this was anybody else other than somebody that y'all like to see twerk, Meg would be held a lot more accountable in this situation because this is a messy situation that she created. Does it justify her getting shot? No, it does not. And I will say that again. But the people slow to comprehend will not understand that. But she is accountable. She created this mess.
I can't do is keep putting my energy in you, a bunch of you motherfuckers. So I love you, hotties, and I love you to everybody who has been sending me messages and sending me flowers and gifts and all kind of shit, and just the texts in the morning, at night, throughout the day, checking on me. Just thank y'all, because I see all that shit. Like, just thank you.
Okay, so as you can see, that was Meg the Stallion. All right. Somebody said that what she said, the situation don't have anything to do. What did you say? Hold on, let me see. It says, I'm not disagreeing with Meg being a bad friend to Kelsey, but that doesn't have anything to do with her getting shot. That's what the case is about. Her being a bad friend to Kelsey has everything to do with why she got shot. Her being a bad friend to Kelsey has everything to do with why things got so heated in the car and why things transpired the way that they did. Yes, it does. It has everything to do with it. Does it justify her getting shot? No. But yes, it has everything to do with it. What led up to it. And this is when we come up with somebody slow to comprehend. Okay? Slow to comprehend on full display. Neek, what is Tori's responsible for then? So is Meg responsible for Tori's actions? Slow to comprehend, child. I don't even have the energy to respond to slow to comprehend. Let's give a refresher of what Kelsey had to say when she finally came forward October 2020.
But one thing I do want to just let y'all know is staying down with your people is important. You know, fuck with those that fuck with you in your face and behind your back, and those that don't do it for the social media shit. You know, it comes a time where you have to face reality. It's 2020 and the devil's been working. But you know, you can't really you can't really penalize people sometimes, because some people just don't know any better. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you have to give yourself a reality check. Like, I just be around my people that I've been fucking with since before all this shit, and I just be looking like, damn, these motherfuckers stay down with me. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have to. Because sometimes I was distant. And sometimes, you know, I probably wasn't supporting them as much as I probably should have supported them. But guess what? They still here. You know what I'm saying? But they understand the shit that I go through. They understand that sometimes I got to take time to myself to get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? Like, stay true to your folks, man. That shit is important. One thing I can say is I remain true to myself, because I could have let my head get in the clouds. You know, it's never that. So, and let me just put this out there. It don't matter what scale you on. I don't give a fuck if you rock bottom. If I fuck with you, I fuck with you, because I've been there. You know what I'm saying? So people trying to take that from me, nah, like, that's not gonna work too much longer, like, because I ain't never been no fucked up person.
Hey, what's up? Give them the curse just drop, man. It's on all platforms, man. Von, hold it. Type it in. It's good.
All right. So that's what Kelsey had. And then what else did I want to? Oh, now a bodyguard is missing. So Meg Thee Stallion's bodyguard was set to testify on Meg Thee Stallion's behalf. It says Meg Thee Stallion's former bodyguard Justin Edison goes missing before he's scheduled to testify in court. LAPD currently investigating his disappearance. Okay, so it is stated that he was one of the key people who was behind Tory Lanez getting charged with this charge, because Meg Thee Stallion never pressed charges for this for this situation. Meg Thee Stallion basically allowed the friends to do the work for her by going and speaking on it. And so it says her bodyguard, it says Megan bodyguard Justin is now considered a missing person. He was supposed to testify. He's the sole reason Tory got charged. He went to Tory's house to get Megan's things, and he claims Tory confessed that he shot Meg, and now he's missing out of nowhere. Okay. And so he was set to testify on Friday, but did not. Okay. Joe Budden also gave his thoughts on the situation. Let's hear what Joe Budden had to say.
I got some theories
but
too.
what I can say, I'm finished with these niggas, and I don't like that girl. I can't. You told Gayle King you didn't fuck him. We all know you fucked him.
The first line in for the prosecutor's statement, opening statement. Yeah, they had an intimate relationship.
But what I can say.
Oh, okay. Didn't play it more. I thought they played a little bit more. Hold on. Let me go to another one.
I stand in my dislike for the girl. So let me be clear to the audience. That has nothing to do with this case.
Oh, damn. I can't. Okay, hold on. Let me go back.
I stand in my dislike for the girl. So let me be clear to the audience. That has nothing to do with this case or Tory Lanez. For me personally, I've seen this woman do horrible things to some really great people that I have long-standing relationships with in this industry. So I'm biased. Like, you can't just treat my friends and people I fuck with and people I've seen in this game for 15 years a certain way. That aside, I'm talking about her and what she's chosen to do professionally. I want to be clear. I don't know her as a person. She could be amazing, but there's a lot to deal with when you sign, and a lot happens fast. I stand in my
Okay, that's what Joe Budden had to say. I'm gonna put the link up. I seen somebody say her sex life is not on trial, and it is. A lot of people keep saying, oh, her sex life has nothing to do with the trial. Yes, it does. Listen to this, because a lot of y'all be fanned out so bad to where y'all don't use common sense at all. I like her. I'm just going to ride for her, and I'm not going to have no common sense whatsoever. It's just going to go totally out the window, period. So let me paint the situation for you because maybe if it's somebody that's not Meg, maybe if I give y'all a different scenario, then maybe y'all will understand why it's relevant. So let's say there is a married couple, right? And the husband is married to the wife. The husband goes to work. The wife is having an affair with the janitor. Okay, the pool boy. Okay. The wife is having sex with the pool boy. She been fucking the pool boy every single time that the husband goes to work. The husband comes home and finds his wife getting it on with the pool boy and blast both of them. The husband would be on trial for blasting them. However, The reason why he did it is because of her sex life and what happened leading up to him finding out. So Meg Thee Stallion sex life led up to the events. The same way as a cheating wife who would get found with the pool boy and her husband walks in and blasts them. Her husband is on trial for murder, but the context of what she did, why he was angry at what she did, why his emotions might have been high as to seeing that, all of that matters. All of those context matters. Her sex life caused the argument. Her sex life caused them to get into it because it was revealed that she was going behind her friend's back. They got into it because she was in her feelings that he was flirting with Kylie. All of that matters. I don't understand how y'all pick and choose. Like, okay, so now when what you do is a result, like, what? The link is in the chat. If y'all want to come up, I have about let's say I'm about to do like 10 minutes. And the link, click the link. But yeah, a lot of people keep saying her sex life don't matter. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. If her sex life is the cause and effect of this situation, it matters. It speaks to motive. What was the motive for him to get mad? What was the motive for this person to get angry? What was it? What was it? All right. Tamil or Tamil, how you say it? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. The link is in the chat. Okay, come back. Josh?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey, Nick and Night, how you doing?
Hey.
So my thing is that I got one quick question. So she was messing around with Tori behind her best friend's back?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No. Oh, okay. So, but supposedly there's another channel I watch, and they said that supposedly the best friend is who really shot Meg. Have you heard that?
That's what the defense is trying to lay out in court.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to
It has not been proven. That's just a theory to, create reasonable doubt, but it's still a possibility as we still are getting details.
Okay, and I also wanted to agree with you when you said people are so fan.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to agree with you when you said people are so like they're so obsessed with the fans are so obsessed with the celebrities where they just
it goes in and comes out. Maybe I don't know if you're in a bad area, like it's going in and coming out. I'm gonna come back to you. Tamara.
Oh, hey, you can hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So you see me going off in the chat. First of all, I love your platform. I always watch you. I always comment and stuff like that. You show love on Instagram. But I was just saying, I think that the problem is that people are saying her sex life is not on trial because they're bringing up people like she had sex with the baby, she had sex with Ben Simmons, and that those two people have nothing to do with the trial because Ben Simmons himself came forward and said he doesn't even know these people. He said he's never had sex with Kelsey, he's never had sex with Megan. So Tory Lane's defense, they're basically just leading with who she's having sex with, and who she has sex with has nothing to do with the fact that you put somebody allegedly pulled the gun out and fired 5 times at this woman, and allegedly they beat Kelsey up as well.
Right. I disagree with that, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I was trying to say,
So,
like, I
if
just feel like,
I'll give you pushback.
yeah,
So,
go ahead.
if I'm Kelsey, right, and my friend is Meg, I date. Well, we're not even gonna say Ben Simmons because I think the baby.
You date somebody, I get it. I get what you're going. I get where you're going.
If I'm mad that this isn't the first, that speaks to how angry I get, right? So if this is the first time you go behind my back, it's like, all right, girl, maybe you was real drunk, maybe you didn't, you know what I'm saying? You probably put yourself in that situation. I'll forgive you maybe if it happened one time. But if you do it again and again, I'm probably gonna be pissed off at that point.
True. I agree with you with that.
That part matters.
But my thing is also, but at some point in time, the dog's just being annoying. At some point in time, when are you going to take responsibility and say, why do I keep bringing my man around this woman? Kelsey, you have to take responsibility because if Meg keeps sleeping with your men, maybe you should stop bringing your men around Megan. And then why are you still friends with her? Why are you still friends with this girl if she's so-called taking your men? She keep going behind you. Are you looking for sympathy or is it really what it is? Because Meg, look, don't get it twisted. Meg has no social skills at all because something's wrong with her. I feel like her mother dying and her not having no real good people in her ear, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why are you acting like that? Why are you acting like a is there Aquarius in her? Is the clout chasing and the social? It's the Aquarius social climate
on Aquarius because I am an Aquarius.
Y'all good people. Look, y'all good people. But I feel like when the opportunity arises, y'all might just say, you know what, I gotta do what I gotta do to get to where I need to get to. I'm not the way Meg did it was nasty.
Like that y'all be trying to act like Megan is the poster child for Aquarius because that is false.
No, y'all not all bad, but y'all do have a social climate. It's nothing wrong with social climate. It's how you do it. It's how you do it. Meg did it like real sloppy and real kind of.
We're gonna make Meg an individual, and we're not gonna bring anything about the sign in it because her actions have nothing to do with being an Aquarius. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
okay,
but I feel like
we don't act like that.
She did do a little social climate though. That was crazy though. I feel like she should just.
You're not gonna put social climate on Aquarius though.
No, not Aquarius. No, Meg herself. Meg needs therapy because she doesn't seem to know how to handle. So she doesn't have discernment to understand who's her friend and who's not her friend. Because remember they said Kylie Jenner invited her to her party after the WAP video. I just find it funny that Kylie invited you, but why wasn't Cardi B there? Meg, you have to use your common sense. Kylie Jenner's not your friend. She was never. No, these people are not your friends. They just celebrity. These are co-workers. These are people that's in the same field as you. So I feel like you running over to Kylie's house like you're so friends. You're so friends. You're in a pool with her. This woman not your friend.
I don't think. Now I'm gonna disagree with you on that. I do not think that it's anything wrong with two industry people linking up. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but I feel like
they're hanging out. That means that they're buddy. We're BFFs forever. I don't think that there was anything wrong with her hanging out with Kylie.
Name somebody good or something good that has come from hanging out with that family.
It elevates a lot of people's careers.
And look what it does to look at Lamar over there talking about some love, sex, drugs, and Kardashians. Spiral. We don't even know where what's his name? Scott Disnick. Where's Scott? We don't know what none of that family is. Nothing. I feel like people who are coming up. If it's like a black ball cloud. If you're gonna hang out with the Kardashians, you get over there. You get what you need to get you get out. You don't try to stay over there and be all up in that mix because then something happens. Think about it.
All right, I'm gonna keep you on. Let's go to Tay.
All right.
Hey, is it me? Hi.
Hey.
I like your accent.
People who have their camera on, I'm gonna pull you guys up first. You guys are gonna get priority. But go ahead, Tay.
Okay,
I'll be right back, guys.
You know, they said that Megan said that her and Kelsey shared everything.
Mm-hmm.
So doesn't that kind of go with the fact that why would Kelsey still be friends with her if she wasn't needing anything? If they were such best friends, if they were both ended up sleeping with the same people, I feel like that was just too much coincidence for it to not have been like planned. Like I said, they were sleeping with the same people and they were okay with it. And maybe she got upset with Tori and that's why the whole thing happened because she did it behind Kelsey's back instead of her like asking permission or just like seeing.
Say that again.
She did it. I was thinking like maybe she did it behind Kelsey's back that time because if they had both slept with the same people multiple times and Kelsey stayed friends with her, but then she got mad at this one time as compared to the other ones, I feel like something would have been off with that situation, such as the fact that she did it behind Kelsey's back.
Elaborate. I'm missing something here.
I'm thinking she started sleeping with Tori behind Kelsey's back. With those other situations, if Kelsey knew about them all, why did she stay friends with her? But then she got mad with this situation, like with Ben Simmons and the baby.
Have you ever had a situation with a friend where they did something and they said that they wouldn't do it again, and then you remain friends with them?
Yeah, but she did it multiple times.
That was like your final straw.
Yeah, it seemed to have been like at least more than 3 times. It seemed to be the 3rd time. Do you think that her doing it behind her back while she was sick might have triggered her even more?
I feel like, yeah.
Because I feel like that's what I'm saying. I feel like them addressing like the Ben Simmons and bringing the baby up, it just like shows
I think it's not only that you did this while I was sick, but you did this while I was sick. You had me come here. You had me sell all of my things, get rid of everything in my home to move in with you while you're doing this. I feel like it's differences of, it's different levels. And I feel like that was like the ultimate level.
The ultimate level of betrayal.
To me, I think so.
I can see that. But would you be okay with, like, let's say if you and your friend had discussed it beforehand though?
What do you mean?
Like, if they were okay with sleeping with the same people?
It doesn't sound like they were okay. It's with that.
I don't know. I feel like she should have, if anything were to happen. I get that with the context of her making her move out, it kind of gives more motive to why Kelsey blew up. But she was still checking on her, I thought.
No, they got cut off.
Oh, dang. All right. Well, thank you.
All right. Melissa?
Hi, Nate.
Hey.
How you doing? I could barely see you, but anyway, what I was trying to say was I felt like everybody was trying to put it on her promiscuity. Sorry, I'm a little nervous, but anyway. And so I think this is always a big issue when it comes to Black women about how many men that they sleep with. I'm 52 years old, so I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about her, people in her age, people in the industry that's doing the same thing. I mean, you how many men? I mean, her boyfriend said he was embarrassed about her, but how many women has he slept with? Like, we don't know that, but he's embarrassed about her. And I think that that's so disrespectful. You see what I'm saying? That's so disrespectful. And then you mentioned about it does matter when you sleep around and things of that nature. Okay, it's in the industry. We all know that that's not a good look. If you sleep around, you're not going to get a lot out of the industry. You're not going to really want to do your best at what you do, because that's how you sell yourself. You see what I'm saying? So if that's going to hurt her in the long run. You see what I'm saying? But I still don't believe, because she was being promiscuous, that should like allow Tory to shoot her. He shot her because of what? What's that thing they said when you get arrested? Not arrested, but when you go to jail and you kill somebody because you was in a rage or you was jealous, or was it crime of passion or something like that? I forgot what they call it, but they call it something. And you really have to prove that, okay, you was just in a rage, you was so in love with this person and you caught them cheating and you didn't know what you was doing at the time. You just spazzed out or you blacked out. That still don't give you no reason to shoot or kill anybody or put hands on people. If that's the case, that would be a lot. I only know one, well, it's probably more, but there was a case with a guy in Staten Island, and not Lorena Bobbitt, but Lorena Bobbitt was one too, because he was cheating on her and she cut his little stuff off. You see what I'm saying? But the other one I was talking about, they were from Staten Island. They were Italian. He was married and messing with this young Lolita something, and the girl went to his house and shot his wife. So because she was in a rage or she was in love, that's okay for her to shoot his wife? Like, that's not okay still, in my opinion. You see what I'm saying? So whether it be a crime of passion or whether it be, you just do it out of jealousy or rage, I don't think that that's a real reason to kill somebody, period. You know what I'm saying? But if this is what she wants to do, that's not the way to go about it. That's what I'm trying to say, because I'm older. I don't think that that's the way you should do it. If you want to be a rapper, let it be on your skills. That's it. But if you feel like you need, but how old is she? I'm not going to condemn her. She's a young girl. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. How old is Meg? Like 20 something? 23, 24?
Were you sleeping with your friend's men when you were 20 something?
I might have been out there. I might not have been sleeping with my friend's man, but I was out there. Okay, we all was out there. We all had a past. We all had a past. We're not gonna sit here and say that we all innocent. It happens when you at that age. A lot happens. But I'm just saying she getting caught up because maybe it was just too many bodies, and now everybody's overlapping and they're lying because they want to cover it up that they was sleeping with everybody. So everybody is lying. Not just. I'm just not on Meg's side. So don't think that it's just a Meg train. Meg has lied. Tory lied. Kelsey has lied. So let's just put that out there. Everybody, not just Meg, not just everybody has lied. And I'm not going to put it against her because I think she's young. People make mistakes. I'm not going to come in. Now, she might do that now, but who's to say, I don't think she'll continue to do that when you get older and you get mature. You see what I'm saying? And then you realize that your rap career is not going nowhere. When you realize that, then okay, I went about that the wrong way. You see what I'm saying? And it cost me. It cost me my career. It cost me everything. So that's how I feel. I don't know what you, because I know you probably figure like I'm all for her, but I don't listen. She's not in my category. I don't buy her music. I don't buy none of their music. But I'm just saying, I'm on the outside looking in, and I don't think that, you said her sex life doesn't matter in this trial, but everybody's been lying. Everybody's been lying because everybody's been screwing around with everybody. So everybody's lying, not just Meg. Everybody. Okay?
Okay. Juan, I think your sound is off. Are you there? Juan? Okay, their sound is off. All right. Tiani? Tiani?
I'm here.
Tiani, that sound is it's on now.
What's your thoughts?
I just think all of it is like what they call it, like a showcase or something, whatever they call it. Because it's like she said, it's too many lies. Everybody's saying something different, and it don't make sense. If like with the gunpowder residue, I understand about people being close or whatnot, but why was not everybody tested? I've never heard of police coming to a crime scene where a gun was shot, and 1 to 2 people get tested. Like what? And then Kelsey supposedly got beat up, right? Why would he beat her up when him and Meg was the one arguing? Like
because
she said she didn't care, so why would she wouldn't have been upset? It don't make sense. Like it's like a bunch of lies. Like they all put it together just to try to cover up for whatever they was doing. Like you said,
they was doing
in the car. It don't make sense.
They all were arguing. Kelsey, Meg, and Tory were all arguing with each other. They were all cursing at each other, calling each other all kind of names, all of them.
No, I'm talking about like when she got out the car, though. You know what I'm saying? Like when she got out the car, supposedly Kelsey was still in the car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying like, so Kelsey was still in the car. I'm thinking when he went to talk to her, like what they said back in the trial, when they said the guy was like, well, they do this all the time, woo woo. They probably was, doing whatever they was doing, and Kelsey was, sitting in the car, what have you. When they got back to the car, what would make him start, beating up Kelsey if they was already cool?
See, the thing is, they've lied. The story is so convoluted, or whatever, however you say it. It's so mixed up. It's the fact that what really happened, if they played the records, and it said that Kelsey and Meg, he kicked both of them out the car. And I guess when he started shooting at Meg or whatever, whoever was shooting at Meg allegedly, he put his hands on Kelsey as well. They said he slammed Kelsey, and then because he grabbed her hair, they said her hair and nails were found at the scene with the bullet fragments on the ground. So he put his hands on Kika. They say he was calling all types of bitches and hoes, pardon my language, and that's how that led to Kelsey being assaulted. So that's why I'm saying. But the way they telling the story, I feel like, first of all, where's the driver?
He's missing.
That makes no sense.
Where's the security guard?
That don't make what don't make sense to you about that? If they're both arguing, he calling them bees and all this, and he put them out.
Oh no, I was talking about the driver part.
But this is the real crazy part is I work at Olive Garden, right? So in Times Square. So I seen Megan's security guard. He was out there before. This man is about 6'4", over 200 slam pounds. How did y'all lose him? How is he missing? That don't make any sense to you.
I hope he's alive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, I feel like it's deeper. Because remember, Kelsey's married to apparently the guy from 1501, executive. Mm-hmm. And she had a baby with him. And now they're saying next week, Meg is supposed to be in court with them. So I'm thinking, wait a minute. is Kelsey first of all, they said basically from what Kelsey's been saying, if I was Meg, I would feel some type of way. I feel like, damn, I did my friend dirty. My friend is literally on these tapes saying how she was defending me and all these things, and now I can't even be friends with her because you know the label. They're getting in between these two women. 1501 is not going to be let Meg and Kelsey be friends anymore.
All right.
I think she committed perjury. That's another thing I want to say.
Kelsey needs to go to jail. Kelsey needs to go to jail for
Absolutely.
lying.
Committed perjury. Now we that's another topic for another conversation.
She needs to go to jail. They just lock her right up, round her right up for being stupid.
I mean, I know she a victim, but I'm just saying you lie, baby girl.
No, she is no offense, ladies, no offense. Is the oldest tale. Some women don't like other women because you will really risk your own freedom to go on that stand to spite your ex-friend that bad that you'll go to jail for spiting her. You really went up there and said you don't know who shot the gun. You never saw the gun. You never seen Meg bleeding. You never seen Meg injured. But then you have gun residue on you. That doesn't make any sense. You're lying.
Yep.
Hold on.
And then she was saying, "Are you okay?" Like,
hold on 1 second. All right. Let me get through to some of these other people. I'll bring you guys back up in a sec. JP, what's your thoughts?
Oh, hey, Nick. Oh my God, I love you so much. One thing I want to say is I'm on no one's side whatsoever. I used to be a Megan fan, but I'm not a stander. Like, if someone I like does something, I'm not just going to be like, oh, well, that's okay. No, it's none of that. It's the fact that everybody is lying on the stand, and I get what Megan did. She went behind Kelsey's back and she slept with him. She tested a lion also, just like everybody else. But when she went on Gayle King and lied and said she didn't sleep with him with something so small, when she is sexualized in her music and she's so confident about the people she slept with and the things that she does in bed, but you lie about who you sleep with and how you sleep with them, what you did to sleep with them. That is also on trial because you lied. You weren't forthcoming whatsoever. And with Kelsey, yes, she perjured herself, but I can see it from both sides. For Kelsey, if we go by what Kelsey's first interview, it is very believable. From beginning to end, it is so believable. You can tell by her emotions what she went through with Megan. So her supposed best friend. I really feel like Megan has lost her way when she got into the music game and lost her mom, because there's no way that a person, even when they find out that you betrayed them, that they still defend you. Now they're still defending you against Tory. If we go by what Kelsey said, she was still defending Meg. She did not care that she slept with them. But Megan, her character that night is showing, because they said when she got in the car, she was trying to bait Kelsey into going back to Kylie's house, saying, oh, Tori's left with Kylie. What are they doing? She was baiting her, but she didn't take the bait. She didn't care. The only person who cared was Megan. And when you bring that into perspective, you start to think their drinking history needs to be on trial also. How do they act when they drink? Because this isn't the first time. One of Megan's ex came forward and said when she drinks, she gets really ruthless. Her mouth is ruthless and she gets handsy. And with Corey, it shows with the videos that get posted online, when he gets disrespected or upset, his first response is violence. So I feel like we need to look at everyone's history. And with Kelsey, with the perjury thing, I feel like it's personal and it's business at the same time. Because remember who she's married to. She's married to someone 1,500, something like that. She's married to someone who's connected to them. So it's like, if Megan loses this court case, it makes her look bad and it makes her credibility in court look worse. And also with the personal, she was betrayed. At the end of the day, even if she did not care that she slept with them, the fact that she ghosted her. She left her high and dry. She told her to move out to LA with her. They were going to do this together. But then when things got rough and tough, she did not stick by her. She did not stand up for her with her team, nor in the public eye. But also what Kelsey said was, Megan did not speak to her until she needed her. She texted her and said, tell the public what happened from beginning to end. Because if we go off what Kelsey said, she said Megan did not want this to come out. She did not want to press charges. She said when Megan got shot and she was back in the car, Megan was calm. Tory talked to Meg about something, but they did not tell Kelsey. But I feel like all of them are not telling the whole truth. They're not telling everything that happened that night. They're leaving some important details out. I don't know what discussion happened in that car with all of them, how many different DNA is on the gun, if the gun even got wiped or whatever discussion happened in that car. But I feel like it is important to know what discussion happened between Tory and Meg before she got back in the car, after she got shot.
Correct. Yeah, I did see a theory out there about that. So I hear where you're going with that. But I'm going to pause you and I'll bring you back up in a sec. I'm going to bring up Official King Payne. Official King Payne has been asking me to go to court with him. I've been like, King Payne, I don't want to go.
Okay. Okay.
King Payne has been going to court, listening in on a testimony, and at the courthouse for the 80-minute phone call. King Payne also was there on the day before. You were there for part of Kelsey's testimony the day before, right?
Yes, I heard all of Kelsey's testimony, which was really nothing. She was just on the stand, acting as if she did not remember or recall the event.
Speak up a little bit because you're a little low.
Oh, hold on one second. Let me check my mic. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, go ahead. Can you
Is it
come on
better?
camera or you can't?
I was out so late. I'm barely rolling out the bed.
Come on camera or no?
Huh? See, you got to give me a couple more minutes, friend. I was like, oh, look, oh.
Okay, go ahead. Just tell us. All right. So you heard Kelsey's testimony, but I want to get into the good stuff. Okay.
Yes.
What did you observe at the courthouse while you were there when Tory Lanez arrived to go to court?
So, if you guys know the Official King Payne, then y'all know that I'm a late riser. So I showed up to the courthouse right before it was time to start. So as I entered the courthouse, Tory Lanez is in the lobby waiting for the elevator to go up. And I noticed that when he gets on the elevator, there were some jurors, one female in particular, that got on the elevator with Tory Lanez. And I feel like that's a conflict of interest because this is a juror. Like, only God knows what was said in that elevator on the way up. 10,000 to hang the jury. Like, you don't know what was said. Like, and as a juror, I feel like she knew that she was not supposed to be on the elevator with Tory Lanez. And it's the same girl that Mob Radio is saying is giving hot girl energy.
What did Mob Radio say? Who's giving hot girl energy? I didn't hear that.
The same girl that got on the elevator with Tory Lanez is the one that she was saying was giving hot girl energy on the jury. She's one of the jurors, and
What does she mean by hot girl? I didn't hear her say that.
Well, she's dressing scantily. She's wearing bodysuits, the cord. She's half the time she don't have no bra. Like she's dressed for a party and not she's not taking no notes. She don't have no notepad. Like, she's just there. And I know that she knows good and well that she was not supposed to be on that elevator with Tory Lanez and his bodyguards. And it was approximately at 10:30 yesterday. So if anybody is listening from the courthouse, go ahead and run the cameras back. Okay. Guys, go ahead and run the cameras back because I feel like they're trying to get the case dismissed, or trying to hang the jury up by first of all, Tory Lanez has got to be paying some of these media outlets that are saying that, possibly somebody else shot Megan. Because if you are in the same courthouse as me, if you're sitting in the same room as me, and you heard that audio, Kelsey clearly said that Tory was the trigger man. Okay? So I don't know what they're getting.
So what are you okay, so the day before though, before you heard the audio,
Mhm.
Kelsey said she didn't remember if he was the trigger man, and she said that she lied in that audio. But then you get to hear the audio. So your perception of hearing her say, "Oh, I lied in that audio," but then hearing the audio, what's your opinion on that?
Well, she didn't just say that she lied in the audio. She said that she was pressured into saying the things that she said, which is very important because if you hear the audio, we've all have had, heard conversations where someone is sort of leading the conversation, but none of that occurred. They really just allowed her to talk, and she told the story, and there was points where she broke down and she was crying and she couldn't talk, and it is my opinion that she was telling the truth. She was more emotionally vulnerable in that audio than she was in court. She was very standoffish in court. Again, I feel like
So from
Tory
your
Lanez got to
opinion,
her.
if you were a juror and you heard her say, "I wasn't telling the truth in that audio, I was lying in that audio," which one would you believe? Would you believe that she was lying, or would you believe that she was telling the truth in that audio?
Well, it just depends because if you tell me, oh, I was lying back then, but then you don't give me nothing right now, then I'm going to believe what you said back then because you don't remember nothing right now. So you remember more 3 months ago than you do right now. So how are we supposed to know that you were lying back then when you don't even know the truth today? If you were lying back then, what is the truth? That's all I'm saying. Like, okay, so you
So,
saying that you lied, but you
all
don't
right,
know.
so we never got to see the pictures of her hair. You said that you seen her bald spots and you seen the pictures of her hair pulled out and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the pictures that they showed you guys in court.
So they showed pictures of her legs, her arms, and her face, and her head. And her legs was like bruised all the way up from like her ankle to her kneecap. Like it was nothing but bruises. And the same thing with her arm from like her shoulder to like her elbow. It was like nothing but bruises, like big bruises. And the picture of her head, it was big. Now you guys know how the black woman is about their hair. Okay. She had big bald spots. Like he yanked her up by her hair several times and was pulling out her hair. She said in this moment, when he was pulling her hair and grabbing her neck, that was when she became scared for her life. Like she felt like she was getting ready to die. Kelsey also during that ride, what a lot of people don't aren't talking about, she sent her mother like her final goodbyes. You know what I'm saying? She felt like she was about to die.
Okay, that's my first time hearing this. So in the audio, that's what she told them?
Yeah, she told them. She revealed a lot in the audio. Megan is the one. So when they got back in the car the second time, Megan was like, contact the security. Hit up Justin, hit up Ferris, type of thing. So she was calling Ferris. Ferris was not answering. So then she texts Justin and was like, 911. Tory shot Meg. Help.
Mm-hmm.
So then the police showed up, and that's when they had to get out the car and all the other stuff. But yeah.
Okay. So what were the jurors doing, or what was their reaction, or what was the feeling around the courtroom when she was describing these things? Did they look like they were believing her? Did they have like a look on their face like like what did they appear to be?
A lot of people were saying that this is the first time that there has actually been some clarity in the case. It's the first time, since listening to the audio, that everybody feels like they have a good idea of what happened that night. I feel like the audio is very important to the case, and I feel like more people trust the audio than her sworn testimony because, again, in her sworn testimony, she told us nothing.
Okay. What happened when the DNA expert came up?
Oh, so the DNA expert came up, and he was talking about the DNA on the gun, and he was saying that they don't use DNA, um, or the ballistics anymore because it's very hard to pin somebody to a gun because guns get passed around so often. Um, I wanted to speak about this. I'm glad you brought this up because there's a lot of people saying that there was female DNA on the gun, again trying to suggest that Kelsey shot Tory, and that's not the case. There was a lot of DNA on the gun, but the majority of the DNA on the gun is a male DNA. It's male DNA.
Okay.
And they were also describing it doesn't matter how much DNA is on the gun because it's inconclusive as to who handled the gun and how long they handled the gun or who actually pulled the trigger because again, guns get passed around and DNA for everyone is different. Like you may test a gun and leave no DNA behind, and I may test a gun and it'd be 100% type of thing, but you was the one who shot it.
Mm-hmm.
So he was trying to explain to them that DNA is not used anymore and it's inconclusive. And it really, when it comes to DNA, it doesn't tell you anything in cases like these. So everybody, he was during the cross-examination, he was trying to force the criminologist to say that the DNA was, can, say, so based on the DNA, you could say that Tory did not hold the gun. He said, no, I can't say that. And then he said, well, based on the DNA, can you say that Tory did have the gun? He said, no, I can't say that either. I'm trying to tell you that it's inconclusive. He kept on trying to drill the criminologist into trying to say that Tory somehow never had possession of the gun or could not have possibly fired it. And the criminologist was adamant about the DNA results cannot tell you that. And that's not what they say. What it says is that there was a man who held it at one point. It doesn't throughout the entirety of the gun, it doesn't tell you how long ago that they held the gun. It just says that at some point there was a man that held the gun with different DNA.
So say 6 months ago, I pick up the gun, my DNA is on the gun.
Yes.
5 months ago, another person picks up the gun, their DNA. It doesn't show a timeline of when
exactly
might have touched the gun, is what you're saying.
Yes, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's saying basically all these people had handlings with the gun, but it doesn't tell exactly when they had handlings with the gun. So that part is not really something that we should go off of.
And there's not enough DNA on the gun to say who actually handled the gun. There was only enough DNA to say that there was 2 men at some point during the lifetime of the gun that handled the gun and possibly maybe 2 women. He said that the DNA was so minimal that he could not tell if there was woman. All he can tell is that there was 2 men samples. So where they're getting the woman samples from, again, I feel like Tory's paying the media because they said they never mentioned anything about those samples belonging to woman. He said, I can tell you for sure.
It was XY, 2XY, and 2XX. No? He didn't say that?
I don't remember that. I just remember him saying that he could specifically say that 2 of the DNA samples were men samples and the other 2 were inconclusive. He can't tell whether it was man or a woman. So I'm like, everyone's trying to say, oh, they're saying that a woman had the gun. A woman DNA was on the magazine. He did not say that. It was 2 men. I got the percentages and everything. Where my notes at? I can tell I take very, very good notes. I can tell you the percentages and everything. Okay, here we go right here. So he said, so on the gun, he said he could tell that 4 people contaminated the gun. Okay, 2 men. And then he gave me the percentages. The percentages of the first man was 62%. The percentage of the second man was 26% of their DNA was on the gun. And then the other 2 percentages is 9% and 3%, of which he could not make out whether they were male or female because the DNA samples are so small.
Okay.
He said,
so according to you, who do you think so far is winning in trial?
After hearing the 80-minute audio, I just don't feel like there's any. I mean, why? There's no reason to believe that anybody else did it. I mean, after hearing Megan's testimony and Kelsey's testimony
said in court, I only said those things in that audio to protect in that audio to protect myself. So do you think it's possible that it can be that she only kept pinning it on Tori just so that she wouldn't get
No, she wasn't even pinning it on Tori in the audio. So she was not pressured in the audio. Let's be very clear. And then in the audio, she also spoke to the fact that the reason that she's speaking to the district attorney's office is because, you know, she kind of feels like, you know, Megan turned on her. Megan didn't protect her. And, you know, at first, now this is before the interview. She said, before I was, you know, lying for Megan, but I'm not lying anymore. This is what she said in the audio. She said, I'm not gonna lie for Megan anymore. I want to put my truth out there so I can be done with this. So she was saying in the audio that this is my truth, and I don't care how anybody feels about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said in the audio. And also, she was saying,
if you want to ask King Payne a question as he was actually there in court, you can click the link. I'm gonna bring up the people who are in the back one by one. Melissa, do you have a question for King Payne?
No, not particularly, but I think that it doesn't really sway either way, but I just think it feels in my mind, if the case is about who shot Megan, that's obvious to me. All the other lies and other BS about the other people and what they doing, to me that makes no consequence. He shot the gun. They might have all been messing around with each other, but he shot her. He shot at her, and they just got messy. They got drunk and they got messy. And they need to talk about him putting his hands on women. Like, how many times does Tory Lanez have to either be so physical with men and women on here? And then now he gonna
and that's
get
what I
away
wanted to
with
talk about
having a
too.
gun and shooting her? He shot her. That's simple.
That's what I wanted to talk about too. In the audio, it was revealed that after he shot Meg, Kelsey ran over to, you know, aid Megan. This made Tory feel some type of way, and Tory Lanez got out of the car, walked around, and snatched Kelsey up, began to beat Kelsey, and then Kelsey, the security guard Quan broke them up, and then Tory proceeded to beat Megan in the driveway after he shot her. Tory Lanez is a monster.
He is.
And after he shot Megan, he continued to abuse her in that driveway and beat her in that driveway. That's why when she got back in the car, she was calm. Kelsey said he don't know what she said. He don't know what Tory said to Megan in that driveway. But whatever he said to Megan, when she got back in the car, she had a new attitude. The DA was saying maybe she was in shock because she lost so much blood. Did you see the blood? Kelsey said no.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you believe that Megan and Tory were in like a private, like toxic relationship where they were both violent towards each other and they were trying to like hide it from the public? Because she never pressed any charges against him.
He go ahead.
So I'm sorry, ask the question one more. Oh no, so he was saying, the security guard Quan was saying during the altercation, the reason, so I was confused because Quan kept breaking it up when Tory would put his hands on Kelsey, but when Tory was beating Megan, Quan didn't break it up at all. I mean, there was no mention of Quan stopping Tory from beating up Megan.
And he said that they do it all the time,
yeah,
right?
he told Kelsey that this is what they do all the time. Calm down. They fight all the time, type of thing. Kelsey's like, no, this is not right, type of thing. So that's when she went to go try to start the car and get Tory to get up off of Megan.
And I remember hearing that like Megan was the person who introduced Kelsey to Tory and was trying to get him on her. And then when the whole situation was happening with Kylie, Megan was trying to hype up Kelsey like she should be jealous, but then Kelsey didn't care.
Yes.
It was Megan who was jealous.
Yeah. So what happened is Kelsey caught COVID. So when she got COVID, Megan sent her back home. You can't stay here with COVID, basically. So when she got during the time she had COVID, I guess that's when things between Tory and Megan, they got closer. They became intimate. Kelsey was already intimate with Tory because, you know, Megan hooked them up Shut the fuck up. Damn. So Megan hooked them up. So they're at the house, and Tori is in the hot tub with Megan and Kylie. And then, Kelsey is asleep. She wakes up, she sees them in the pool, and she doesn't feel no type of way. Tori's trying to call her over to the pool, and she's like, nah, I'm good, or whatever. So EJ, he knows what's going on with everything. He knows what's going on with Tori and Megan. He knows what's going on with Tori and Kelsey, and he sees what's going on with Tori and Kylie. So he's like, oh shit, it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? We didn't come to this white people neighborhood to be acting out. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, go get Megan and tell her it's time to go. Megan said, I'm not ready to leave.
So it sounds to me that Kelsey is mad because she feels like she tried to protect Megan and Megan didn't have her back in order to try to protect Tori low-key until they started to turn on her publicly. That's what it sounds like to me. Because it don't sound like it's almost like with any other like domestic situation where like the friend gets involved and the person is like, mind your business, stay out of it, but speak up for me when it looks bad for me. That's what it sounds like to me.
And a lot of people got to stop thinking that just because somebody got more money than somebody, that person can't be jealous of somebody who has less. Some people be jealous of the way that other people's like your personality. Some people be jealous of the attention that you get that they're not getting because they feel like they're at a higher status. Like a lot of people equate jealousy to like who has the most, and this person must be jealous because that is not how jealousy works.
Right. And didn't she tell her
that this person, every time you and that person goes out, they always tell this person how pretty they are and they never give you compliments? Like it's all kind of things that people can be jealous of that has absolutely nothing to do with money.
So it sounds like Megan was manipulating Kelsey because it's like she tried to hook her up with her, but then when she left with the COVID and came back, she was like, oh, don't mess with him because we're doing business and it'd be awkward. But then you secretly fucking him. And then when this situation happened, you're trying to get her to be quiet. But then when the police get involved and say, like, you got shot, like, what happened to you? And it's coming out and you're saying it, now you want her to speak up on you. So she's betrayed pretty much. That's why she's like, I don't want nothing to do with it now.
And another point I want to make that a lot of people are leaving out is that Tory Lanez was not invited to the Jenner's home by Kelsey. She never invited him to the hot tub or to come to their house. Megan Thee Stallion was invited by Kelsey, and then she reached out to Tori because they were doing business together, and she invited Tori. So when it's time for us to go, and I invited you, you're supposed to leave with me type of thing. You came with me, you leave with me. Tori wanted to stay. So Megan played it off. She hopped in the car. She sent EJ on his way. She told Tori's security to double back and let's go get Tori. So, it was Megan being jealous. Megan tried to, get Kelsey riled up, but Kelsey's like, girl, I don't give a fuck about that nigga. The fuck?
Right.
So Megan was like, oh, I forgot my slippers. Let's go back. So they went back and then
get it back the next day. She had to see what was going on with him and Kylie up in that house.
Right.
Absolutely. I would have had to see too, girl. No shade, bitch. I just invited you to this party and you trying to stay with the Jenners. The Kardashians win. You trying to win on me. That's what you trying to do, bitch. You think you just hit the jackpot win. You want to be the next black man that need to get out of the Klan. No, he wanted that. He wanted that instant success.
Hold on. All right, Tommy, what's your question?
I want to ask Keem Payne about that woman that took the stand about the gunpowder residue.
Yes.
So can you confirm that she was asked about if the person that fired the gun that would have more gunpowder residue, and she said yes, and then they asked her, do you know who had more gunpowder residue on their hands? And she said, I had to take my notes. I had to look at my note. And then when she came back, they never asked her that question again. Who answered that question? Was it the defense or the prosecution?
The defense asked that question, and then the defense did not allow her to answer the question. They started asking different questions as she was looking for her answer, because she says, I know who had more gunpowder on them. And she said, give me a minute to check my notes. And so she was checking her notes, and I guess he became impatient. So he started asking other questions, of which she answered, and then they forgot all about who had more gunpowder residue on their hands, which I thought was asinine, because that's very important to the case. But you have to understand, it is not the defense. It's not their job to prove who shot Meg. It's their job to raise reasonable doubt. That was the perfect open-ended question to raise reasonable doubt. Who had more gunpowder residue on their hands? I know, but then you never answer the question. Now it's like, who was it then? Was it Megan? Was it Kelsey? Was it Tori or was it Kelsey? But we all know it was Tori. I'm telling you, it was Tori. Kelsey pinned Tori as the trigger man. Megan pinned Tori as the trigger man. It was also stated in court, Quan had nothing to do with it. Quan did not have no gunpowder residue on him, nor was he at the party, nor was he under the influence. He was just the driver.
All right, we're gonna go to Meg be lying.
I'm sorry.
I don't think.
Stand on what you say. Don't cut your camera off.
Oh no! I don't think Meg be lying.
I was trying to figure out, like, everybody keep going back and forth, and I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm a man, so I'm kind of biased. Like, and I'm a man. I'm not no halfway man. If a man was beating on a woman, he should go to jail, and I'm agreeing with that.
What the hell? Wait,
he was whooping their ass.
To sit there and say we haven't heard anything from Tory Lanez.
Pause. What's a man and what's a half man?
A half man is your boy online.
Who's it?
You know what I'm talking about. We're not gonna go there. That's not the point of line. The point of question is, as a man's man,
we can meet that.
A man's man knows that if you put your hands on a woman, that you're wrong.
Pause.
Uh-huh.
Is a whole man and what is a half of a man? And who you said who online?
A whole man is a man that would be making sure that if you're going to do a report about anything dealing with a man, that you're going to make sure you handle it with care. I expect women to sit back and take up for women because we know that's what's supposed to happen. It's a gender thing. And at this point in time, half men are men that wish they were closer to women. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
So are you
the whole man wish they were closer to women?
No. A half man wish he was closer to being a woman.
You sound like you part of the clan, friend. You sound like
you can call it whatever you like
us
to call
as people
it,
are half man or whole man. Like, are you serious? We're going back to
I have a
slavery
question.
and civil
I have a
rights.
question. If you go around,
are we going back to civil rights?
Wherever you would like to go.
Are we going back to civil rights?
This not about civil rights.
This
And
is
you know
about
exactly
civil
what I'm
rights.
saying.
Wait,
I'm trying to be as politically correct as I can without disrespecting or calling someone out their name.
Just say it.
So for me to sit there and say,
so you
like
feel
I've been saying,
pressure that you're
so hold on, I got a
panel
question.
right
Are
now
you
with a
more
gay
worried
man.
about me saying that there's a half man talking, or are we talking about the Tory Lanez stuff?
No, there is a half man talking, and it's you.
Yeah, I
The
guess.
half man is you,
I guess
baby
if that's
girl.
how you feel.
No, it's definitely you.
That's how I feel. So if
you don't want to be closer
same
to
way,
a woman,
that's great.
So you don't want to be closer to women.
That's not what I said.
You said half men want to be closer to women. So
I
whole
said
men don't.
Want to
so
be
whole men
a woman.
Be,
I did not say half men want
to
to be closer to a woman. I said they want to be a woman.
No,
There's
that's
a
not
difference.
what you said. Run a tape back. You said they want to be closer to women. That's what you said.
Why would I want to not be closer to a woman? Let's be clear here. I think we all understand what I was saying. So since you want to play around, I'm talking about gay guys. I'm talking about gay guys, specifically gay black guys that would love to sit back next to women.
Less than men.
Yeah, that's a less than a man to me. I don't care how you feel about it. And most men that straight feel the same way.
You one of them house niggas, huh?
You call it whatever you want to call it. So can we get to the question at hand?
And everybody else is half man.
All right. Enough.
The question that I was asking.
All right, dead it.
Civil rights is over.
You're being disrespectful to King Payne because you think that he should be taken up for Corey because he's
no. I don't think that he should be taken up for Tory. That's not what I'm saying, and that's why he wanted to jump straight in there. What I'm saying is, I'm identifying myself as who I am, and with most other men.
Stop hiding.
I'm not hiding nothing. So what I'm saying, once again, like I've been saying, if Tory hasn't said anything, and the only two people we heard were women, and we have seen that both of them have been lying, how can we sit there and then pinpoint on one person? They both been lying through this whole case. You haven't heard one word from Tory because he had a gag order. Shorty went and got immunity. If you got immunity for something, that means you did something illegal.
Actually, we heard a lot from Tory before that gag order.
You
He recently
heard-
got that gag order. That
You
gag
haven't
order is
heard
recent.
nothing. He
That
didn't say
gag order
nothing,
is
but I
recent
didn't
as the
shoot
past
that
3
girl.
months.
And then he made songs.
He just got
That's
that gag
it.
order within the past 3 to 6 months. What are you talking about?
No, he didn't. He had a gag order for a very long time.
No, he
for
didn't.
a very long time.
No, he did not.
And yes, he did. He kept on getting in trouble for violating the gag
and
order.
right after he shot her, he was speaking out. He made a whole
He
made a
did.
whole single and an album about it.
I just said that. I literally just said that.
Then he was
the
gagged.
only time
So
that
then
he
he was
spoke
gagged.
on
He
it
was
is
gagged
when he
after
said
he
he
spoke.
did not shoot her, and when he made that album. Since then, he has not been able to say a word. When did that album come out?
Don't you see how that's problematic if he actually did shoot her?
I do see that. So I'm not saying if he shot her, put that nigga under the jail. Put that nigga way under the jail. But all it is sitting there trying to pinpoint something that nobody could prove because 2 women are saying
Why
it.
are we looking at the ceiling?
Because I want to see the ceiling.
I don't want to see the ceiling, okay? All right. Vince, you got a question? You got to cut off in the back.
Ooh, that was too funny, girl. He didn't know what to say. He was just talking with not half a man. I said, girl, I thought we been past that win.
Yes. I want to focus on the fact that she was barefooted the whole time. And the bullet fragments
It's very
are
distorted.
missing.
The bullet fragments
Yeah,
are
sorry,
missing,
guys.
but
Sorry, guys.
the doctor did take the stand and testify that there were bullet fragments in Megan's feet.
Okay, so check
You
this
gotta
out.
cut it off in the back. Wait, pause. You have to cut it off in the back.
Oh, you guys can hear it in the back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I walked away. People are saying that, Tory, Kelsey, could Megan pay off the surgeon?
What?
Do you think Megan could have paid off the surgeon? If Tory could pay off Kelsey, is it beyond Megan's ability to pay off the surgeon?
So you guys also have to, so this is what happened to the bullets. It was COVID. You guys do know that. It was COVID during that time, right? I feel like 9 times out of 10, they got rid of the bullet fragments because of contamination and the heightened health issues that were going on at the time. We were right in the middle of COVID when that happened. That's why there's no bullet fragments, in my opinion.
Yeah,
If you are going to, I went to the dentist during COVID and they took out a tooth and they wouldn't give me the tooth because of COVID.
Okay. Rich wife, rich mom.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I had a question about when they said that Rock Nation called Kelsey and told her to move. Like, what do you think that was about? Why do you think? Because she seemed like at the time she was looking out for Meg and was super supportive. Like, I wonder if, I don't know, if they got part of the story or if it was, I just wonder why they would call her and like try to get her out of there as soon as possible.
It was a lot of stuff going on. First of all, Kelsey had just come back, and then they get into all of this at the Jenner's house. It's this triangle going on between, Kelsey, Megan, and Tory. And honestly, like, she don't owe Kelsey much. She volunteered to pay for her rent for a whole year after this incident. So, she said, go ahead and find any place in Houston, and I'll pay for it. And that's what she did. So I feel like Megan didn't owe her that.
I feel like she did owe her that. If you tell me to sell all my stuff and you then create this situation to where I'm supposed to move in with you and now I don't have no place to go, I feel like at the very least you can pay for me to stay for a year.
I feel like
if you're Megan Thee Stallion.
The incidents that happened in the car, the conversations that were being had in that car, like, I just feel like, things that were said, there were some things that were said.
Did she say that because I heard her say that she offered to pay for her place for a year, but did she?
She said that she did. And she said that, that was very nice of her. to do, but she still don't know why, because her and Megan was very close. Like, they haven't talked since then. She hasn't seen Megan. She ain't talked to Megan since then.
Yeah, but I feel like at the very least, Meg Thee Stallion owe her that shit.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see how, but I feel like there's something that happened in the car, some things that were said in that car to where Megan was like, because at first Megan wasn't even talking to her. Megan didn't talk to her, didn't